800. In recent years, these three little numbers have literally revolutionized the way we do business. In fact, in 1991 alone, Canadians placed literally hundreds of millions of toll-free 1-800 calls for everything from making travel arrangements to finding out the name of their nearest dealer and more. The reason for all this activity is simple. 800 service works, as evidenced by the fact that in a study published in Marketing News, a staggering 64% of those surveyed stated emphatically that they would not have made the call if they had had to pay for it themselves. Nevertheless, over the past few years, it has become increasingly evident that 800 service subscribers wanted more. More flexibility, more options, more cost savings. As well, a number of potential 800 service subscribers, rightly or wrongly, considered even the most basic 800 coverage to be beyond their means. Well, all these concerns are a thing of the past. Now, thanks to the latest advances in digital network switching and computer technology, there's a whole new 800 service to help you increase sales, stimulate leads, enhance customer service, build customer loyalty, accelerate cash flow, and streamline your operations. In fact, when you get right down to it, 800 service has been totally redesigned from the ground up. To begin with, the only place where the zone approach is still in effect is with 800 service US. In Canada, zones are a thing of the past. With redesigned 800 service, there's no more need to force-fit your coverage into predefined zones. Now, your 800 number provides automatic coverage from all Canadian area codes. This allows you to custom design exactly the type of coverage you require for your specific operation. All you have to do is tell us the area codes from which you're willing to accept calls. This customization service is provided free of charge. And to help you respond quickly to changing market needs, if you want to change or expand your coverage, you just have to give us a call. Next, for even greater flexibility, you now have a choice between dedicated and non-dedicated service. With dedicated service, your 800 number will ring on a line of its own. Or if you prefer, you can select the less costly non-dedicated option and have it ring on one of your existing lines. In addition, with our redesigned 800 service, the 5-hour monthly commitment has been eliminated. Instead, there is a minimum monthly usage charge of $200 for each 800 service Canada number and a $150 charge for each 800 service US number. As for usage charges, the rates in Canada are far more distance sensitive. Unlike before, where the rate was based on a standard zone-to-zone rate, with no regard to the actual distance between you and your caller, now each 800 call is rated on an area code to area code basis. This means that the closer the caller's area code is to yours, the less you'll have to pay. For 800 service US calls, usage is calculated using a per-minute rate based on the originating zone of the call. In either case, calls are timed in 6-second increments, with a 30-second minimum being applied. When it comes to usage charges, though, the good news is that redesigned 800 service now offers you two ways to save: off-peak and volume discounts. Off-peak discounts mean that you save 20% on 800 service calls received between 6 p.m. and 8 a.m. Monday to Friday and all weekend. On top of this, you can also take advantage of our volume discounts on usage above the monthly minimum and save from 10 to 30%. To maximize your savings, the discount is based on the total dollar value for all calls to all 800 numbers that are billed to the same telephone number. But when we set out to redesign 800 service, we didn't stop there. Not only did we want to make 800 service even better than before, we also wanted to put it within reach of virtually every business in Canada by making it even more affordable than ever before. How affordable? What would you say if I told you you could become an 800 service subscriber with cross Canada or U.S. coverage for only $25 per month? Well, with our new 800 entry service, now you can. Designed specifically for smaller business applications, 800 entry allows even the tiniest of operations to boost sales, expand into new markets, and enhance customer service by offering a convenient toll-free way to make inquiries and place orders. 800 entry offers you both a Canada and a U.S. service option, and the monthly subscription fee for each is only $25. For this, you receive national coverage. Or you can tailor your package to allow toll-free calls only from the area codes or zones in the U.S. that you specify. The rate structure for usage charges is the same as with redesigned 800 service. The only difference is, with 800 entry, there is no monthly minimum. You only pay for what you use. And while there are no off-peak discounts with 800 entry, you can still save with a flat volume discount of 10% on monthly usage charges over $200 in Canada and $150 in the U.S. All in all, 800 entry service is a perfect, affordable way for small business to tap into the business building power of a toll-free 800 number. Another one of our goals was to make our new redesigned 800 service even more flexible and cost-effective. And thanks to the changes we've made to our money-saving 800 Plus network routing options, we've done just that. First, there's been a significant reduction in the rates for our single number feature. Single number allows you to advertise one single 800 number with the flexibility of answering the calls at more than one location. For example, with single number, you have all calls from Eastern Canada routed to your Toronto office, and those from the West sent to your Vancouver bureau. In the past, the first two single number locations cost $600, plus $200 for each additional one. Now, the cost has dropped to only $150 per location. If you have 3 single number locations, that's a saving of $350, or almost 44%. Next, there are the changes we've made to FlexRoute, the 800 Plus feature, which allows you to route your 800 calls to an alternate location based on the time of day of the week, or holidays. For example, at the close of the business day in the East, you could reroute your 800 callers to your office in the West. One significant change we've made with FlexRoute is that you no longer require the single number feature. Any 800 number can be FlexRouted to another location, providing that the second location has 800 entry or redesigned 800 service in place. The other major change is the rate structure. Instead of the previous charge of $300 for the first location, plus $100 for each additional one, FlexRoute now costs a flat $100 per option. For 800 entry and redesigned 800 service customers, we've also eliminated the third 800 Plus feature, Zone Plus. The reason is simple. With these new services, there are no longer any zones. And last but not least, we're planning a total of 8 new enhancements to our 800 Plus package. Number 1 is Exchange Route. With this handy feature, Canadian-based calls to your 800 number are automatically routed to the answering location of your choice, based on the call's originating exchange area. This allows you to direct calls to the branch office or service depot that's closest to the caller's location. Number 2 is Emergency Route. What happens if the location that normally handles your 800 calls is shut down due to a fire, flood, labor dispute, or some other disruption? If you have Emergency Route, the solution is simple. One phone call will activate the backup call routing plan you have stored for such emergencies. The system then automatically redirects 800 calls from the location that shut down to an alternate one. Number 3 is Call Prompter. Our new Call Prompter feature lets you run all your 800 service applications using one 800 number. When customers call, a pre-recorded message prompts them to choose where they want their call to be directed. For example, your message might ask callers to choose between the order desk and service department. Call Prompter then automatically switches the caller to the location they select. Number 4 is Courtesy Response. To help encourage after-hours callers to call back during business hours, our Courtesy Response feature automatically plays back your pre-recorded message when you're closed. For example,
Thank you for calling. Our office hours are 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., Monday to Friday. Please call again.
Number 5 is Overflow Route. As its name implies, this feature allows you to have 800 calls automatically shifted to as many as 3 alternate locations when all the lines at the first location are busy. It's a perfect way to handle peak period overloads and reduce the number of unanswered calls without the need to add more lines. Number 6 is Call Allocator. This feature works best when you have a number of different locations that can handle calls. What it does is distribute incoming calls on a random basis to 2 or more locations of your choice. What's more, you can specify the percentage of calls each office is to receive. For example, you could choose to have 50% of the calls directed to your home office and 25% each to your 2 branch offices. Number 7 is Dialed Number Identifier. If you have 2 or more 800 numbers terminating on the same telephone line, this feature is invaluable. It allows your telemarketers to see at a glance which 800 number was called. With this information, they can match their response to the number and track which 800 number received the most calls. And number 8 is 800 Control Route. Control Route puts you in the driver's seat by allowing you to reconfigure some of the features of your 800 program yourself directly from a terminal in your office. This means you can respond to market changes almost instantaneously. As you can see, when we say we've totally redesigned 800 service, we weren't kidding. Greater flexibility, 800 entry service, larger 800 plus savings, new 800 plus enhancements. So if you'd like to learn more about these exciting advances in 800 service and how they can directly benefit you and your firm, talk to your local representative today or pick up your phone and call our toll-free 800 number, 1-800-567-7000.